I was reading through a report on the impact of artificial intelligence on growth and employment. Kind of interesting. I'll provide the link of the report in the uh, uh, description below. You can go over it. But it's very interesting to read in the sense that it is saying that the artificial intelligence will lead to a global boost um, by 4 to 6% of growth per annum in terms of currency and all that. Okay. However, for the job market and employment, people are not sure. Some of them are saying that um, it will grow, and some of them say that it might shrink. But the important thing to note here is that there are both kinds of opinion, right? So for the naysayers who say that it is going to only take away jobs and all that, it's not like that. So based on this report, it says that there is a chance of 4 to 6% growth in the job market as well in terms of the in terms of AI related work, and some of it may also remain unchanged. Okay, but the important thing to uh, note here is that the adoption of the AI technologies is happening very fast, especially the Gen AI adoption. Okay, you will see that uh, Gen AI applications like Chat GPT and all that, uh, the adoption of Chat GPT was very fast. Okay, like for example, Chat GPT just took 60 days to reach 100 million user mark, whereas the same 100 million user mark for Instagram was reached in about 2 years. Okay, so it is very fast changing thing, and in the business world specifically, where people want to give the businesses basically want to give better experience to their users and customers, and Gen AI is helping there a lot. So, and it's going to increase as we go into the future, right? Because new technologies and new ways of using Gen AI is going to come into picture, and there is a lot of research going on as to how we can use Gen AI more effectively to increase productivity and at least do some kind of work, our everyday work and all that, right? So it's going to increase as we look forward to the future, and but not necessarily it will harm the job market, right? It may lead to additional jobs in the near future. Why I say this is because you see that when the computers came into the picture sometime around 1970s 80s, and then when the automation thing started around 5-10 years back, people were afraid that their jobs will be at stake, which didn't happen. Instead, it increased the number of jobs uh, because of the simple fact that the old jobs were still there. People were still building websites, people were still doing the coding job. On top of that, automation kind of job automate automation kind of jobs came in, the SRE kind of jobs came in and all that. So on an overall, the job market improved because it added to the total tally of jobs that were available in the market. And I feel that AI and Gen AI is also going to do that, because people are not going to go away doing websites, people are not going to do away building applications, people are not going to go away doing the automation. All this is going to remain, and on top of that, this Gen AI thing will also bring in its own area of expertise and productivity. Okay, so and people can find jobs in the Gen AI and AI market. So that's how it's going to be, because a lot of industries I see are very interested in adopting Gen AI, and that too very quickly. And if you can learn things on Gen AI and AI specifically very quickly, then you can in today's world, it will be very easy to find a job in those fields, at least at the lower levels where you work as a data scientist and then analyze the data, build applications and all that. But you have to be a little bit good. It's not that everybody and anybody can get a job in this field. Okay, so I feel that if if you start learning today, you may be able to get a job within 6 to 8 months or 1 year, because the demand is going to be huge. That's how it is, because I know for sure in some companies the demands of Gen AI based applications and Gen AI based things are flowing in very at a very high rate, and they are struggling to keep up pace and gather resources to do this kind of work. It's an interesting thing. So jobs are obviously going to increase, especially in the Gen AI field. Okay, because this is something which the world has adopted like anything, and it's going to also adopt like anything. Okay, and new fields of Gen AI are under research, and it will come up very shortly and all that. So take a look at that, and if you think that you have the tenacity to work with large amount of data, build application around those data, and be innovative most of all, right? And be innovative most of all. Think out of your box wherever you are staying, and come up with something innovative. Then specifically the use cases, right? Doing POCs and all that. So there might be unlimited amount of opportunities. But again, having said that, the low end jobs where people do data entry and people do a kind of translation kind of work, and kind of making pictures and all that, those things might get automated, and that is where people might get affected, who are earning their bread and butter and daily living using those kinds of jobs. So those are the areas, those are the people those people who currently work in those areas may need to start thinking, and this is the right time to start thinking that what kind of job are you doing? Is it a low end job or it's a high end job? And how much time? I may be a little bit wrong in terms of drawing and pictures, because it requires a human touch, though AI is becoming very efficient in generating pictures from text and all that, but it's not yet there. It's not yet there. A picture drawn by Rembrandt or maybe a Pablo Picasso is still highly valuable than a Gen AI drawing a picture. But there are possibilities that Gen AI might reach there sometime in the future. I don't know when. Maybe it will take a year, 5 year, or sometime, and it will start creating masterpieces and all that. So it will it will keep on improving itself. So if it starts creating those kind of masterpieces, then people who can write very good prompts, right? That is another area to generate such masterpieces, and then they can sell them for a lot of money, and make their living. So that's another area you may be able to think through as an artist, because if you are an artist and if you know how to write a prompt, that's an additional bonus, right? You can, rather than you yourself drawing, you can have a Gen AI application to draw a picture or produce a picture basically for you based on the prompt that you can write, right? But having said that, again, Gen AI or AI still lacks the human touch, which I'm not sure that anytime in future or sometime in future it is going to be mature enough to bring in that human touch or human feeling angle into Gen AI applications. But you never know. I mean, the amount of research and the amount of money that is being spent on Gen AI applications and things, you never know what is going to happen. But it's good that we are living in an era where things are changing very fast, and you have the opportunity to adapt to those changes, right? So it's time to grab those opportunities and try to learn and come up with new ideas, or maybe some business ideas, maybe some application ideas which you can maybe sell to a big company for billions of dollars. So those are the things maybe you should start thinking. Take your time to think and come up with your ideas, because I can tell you 2 years, 3 years, or 5 years down the line, it will be a completely changed world that we'll be living in, and AI is going to accompany us in every step. So let's get ready for that, and let's see how we can bring in our value add in that kind of a world, right? Because everybody talks of value add, nobody talks in terms of manual labor and all that nowadays, which is kind of strange. Anyway, so that's how it is. So just thought of sharing this insights from the report I read. I hope you find it useful. So until my next video or podcast, thank you. Have a nice day.